Welcome back to Pop Dissected. Today, we're going to be looking back at Katy Perry's most divisive record cycle to date, Witness. We're going to be talking about what this era represented for Katy not only as a person, but as an artist. We're additionally going to dive into some speculation about what made this era divisive to begin with, and ask ourselves, was this era actually as bad as people made it out to be? This won't exactly be a what went wrong with type of video. I've already done a video like that on Witness, which you can check out right here. The main discussion points are going to be us trying to figure out why this record was rebuked for its trademark purposeful pop intent, and to see that in fact this record is purposeful pop, but not in the way I think Katy intended or in the way it was promoted. But before we begin, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell for more future content on all your favorite pop stars. 3 years ago today, Katy Perry dropped her fourth studio record, Witness. After riding high in the Prism era, earning the most viewed Super Bowl halftime show, embarking on her most successful concert tour, and spawning two of the most successful tracks by female artists, Katy was riding high. Her momentum began to slow after wrapping the Prismatic World Tour, which ended in October of 2015. In February of the next year, Katy let us know she was taking time off to plan her upcoming record, dubbed KP4 by fans and critics alike. Rumors began circulating in July of 2016 Katy would be dropping the lead single off KP4 in August. However, in July, we actually got the standalone track, Rise, an anthemic track Katy actually had began writing years prior. After the Olympics reached out to Katy for an anthem to be used in the televised coverage of the event, Katy finally finished the track. In regards to Rise's relation to KP4, Katy stated she wouldn't have picked Rise to be the lead, especially for the summertime. Katy went on to say the record still didn't have a defined sound, and she was still working with producers and other collaborators and trying a lot of new things. She then gave us an insight into what her core message on KP4 would be, stating, "I'm confident that if I stay vulnerable and authentic with myself, the music that comes out of me will continue to connect." Katy posted many snippets of tracks throughout December of 2016 until February of 2017. The tracks teased were Power, Bon Appetit, Deja Vu, Pendulum, a seemingly scrapped track known only as Normalize, and then another scrapped tropical sounding track. Before the era kicked off, Katy told us how she built up Katy Perry, a character, but this record would reflect Katherine Hudson, with the hopes of being embraced as her. She additionally added how the record was about her being seen and listening to other people. Following the election of the 45th President of the United States, Katy was very frustrated, depressed, and didn't want to write a club banger. She channeled her frustrations into the lead single off KP4, Chained to the Rhythm. Katy would then declare the KP4 era as purposeful pop, a statement that would generate a lot of issues. Chained to the Rhythm would go on to leave an impacting message that's become more relevant as time has gone on. With a crisp production and dancing beat, it's not hard to get down and groove to this song. But what I have to ask, has the fun nature of the track overshadowed the intent of the song? In the preceding year, Katy was met with lots of criticism for being politically engaged, from supporting Hillary Clinton to opposing the 45th president. So upon the release of Chained to the Rhythm, many felt Katy's attempts to engage in a political discussion with her music was hollow. But Chained to the Rhythm, from its lyric video, music video, and the track itself, are extremely effective in relaying Katy's attitude towards politics. We have an upbeat dance track, layered with cynical lyrics about being oblivious to the state of the country. You could argue the fun production overshadows the lyrics. You dance, you sing, without even paying attention to the subject of the track. And I think that's very much the intent of the song. You're having so much fun singing and dancing, you end up grazing over the actual message. You're oblivious. But did the intent work too well? Did the intent of having these dark lyrics taking a backseat to the production lead people to believe Chained to the Rhythm was a hollow attempt to be politically active? I would say so. Now, this is very much my own speculation, but I do believe this is the case of what happened. Katy amped up her political intent with various performances at the Grammys, Brit Awards, and iHeartRadio Awards. While all symbolic performances, critics began to comment that though Katy was being politically active, she wasn't actually saying anything with her performances. This would further prove the point to some, Katy's attempts to be politically active were not authentic. From this point on, Katy said her upcoming record would be about liberation, with Chained to the Rhythm being political liberation. Then came Bon Appetit. The track, while praised for its production and double entendre, was slammed for being a total 180 from Chained to the Rhythm. Bon Appetit was about sexual liberation, but many found that very hard to believe, with the raunchy lyricism and video, which a lot of people said was Katy's way of promoting cannibalism. With people already saying Katy's political approach was misguided and empty, Bon Appetit only proved that claim for some. The song and video directly juxtapose each other. We have a video where Katy's body is handled by other people, and at the end of it, she takes back her body. We have lyrics that are overtly sexual, with a video that at first compliments the lyrics, to then go against them. Katy is taking control of her body in the video, and that's what the song is, owning one's own sexuality and being in control of your body. This is the message I see the track and the video are intending. But hot off the heels of a politically charged song, Bon Appetit did not make the connection. Because, well, many people didn't understand the track's intent. This further pushed the narrative. Katy wasn't actually being purposeful with her pop. And that claim was merely a gimmick to capitalize on a politically divided country. What we have here with Bon Appetit and the soon-to-be-discussed Swish Swish are honest attempts to channel a different type of liberation. But the intent is layered so deeply, or layered in a way that isn't obvious, no one immediately understood them, or cared to. Finally, Katy was slammed to hell and back for featuring Migos on Bon Appetit. Katy had just received an award at the Human Rights Campaign Gala, and Migos were embroiled with controversy over their own homophobic remarks. With Bon Appetit now giving Katy the rap she was merely capitalizing on politics, it also portrayed her as a hypocrite, which even more so proved the idea Katy was in fact not woke, a claim some people also love to capitalize on. Swish Swish is liberation against those who try to bully you, but instead it was seen as an attempt to bully Taylor Swift, whose feud, if you can even call it that, with Katy Perry was not yet resolved. The track was critiqued for this primarily, with the video being slammed for being too silly and subpar compared to Katy's previous videography. While we may never know if the track actually is a response to Bad Blood, that's what Swish Swish was seen as, and is still seen as. From the politically charged Chained to the Rhythm, to the controversially divided Bon Appetit, and the widely opposed Swish Swish, any ideas that Katy was actually being purposeful with this era were dismissed. But now that we've discussed the tracks, it's time to follow up with the record itself, and why this is a testament to Katy's vulnerability and how it led her to where she is today with her artistic journey. If the tracks off Witness are all about liberation, then what type of liberation is displayed upon each track? How is Witness the purposeful pop Katy promised, if it apparently isn't checking all the boxes that critics expected? What we have to understand, Witness is in fact a purposeful record for Katy. It is purposeful and essential to Katy's growth and transformation. Witness, while guided as a political journey at some points, is not. It's a personal journey. Knowing that, does it give the record more merit? This record was met with backlash primarily because people didn't believe Katy was actually using her platform to bring attention to issues. They believed the claim of being purposeful and political was a shallow attempt to bring attention to her music. How I see it, Witness is a reflection of Katy's own growth and education on issues in society, as well as her own understanding of herself. Going back to the quote on how Katy wanted to reflect Katherine Hudson on this record, she channeled that by essentially doing something entirely new for her during this era. Goodbye blue wigs and ornaments adorning her bosoms. Hello pixie cut in a much more mature style. Goodbye to pure pop anthemic hits. Hello dancehall house tracks with a story. What Katy wanted with this record is to be seen authentically for who she is, her artistic understanding, and her voice. The record's name shows this. A multitude of quotes support this. Even the record's cover exemplifies this. The eye in her mouth. That's how she sees the world, through her music. And that's how we see her, through her voice. I think maybe Katy knew it was time to hang up her closet of colorful wigs and ensemble of outrageous costuming. Because in Katy's own words, the woman we've seen for the last decade or so was Katy Perry. The woman we saw with Witness, and arguably most recently, is Katherine Hudson. Witness marks Katy's attempt to shed the poppy sensation. She even mentions this in her speech at the Human Rights Campaign Gala. What Witness also proves is Katy doesn't care or need #1 singles or hundreds of thousands of sales or millions of streams. Now, this record cycle, of course, wasn't entered with that mindset, but it created it. When you have two incredible record cycles back to back, having that type of positive reception and success suddenly come to a halt in a time where you feel you're being utterly brave and doing something vulnerable must be horrible. But Katy was dragged to hell and back for 3 whole years. She was left clinically depressed after this record cycle, revealing she had placed so much validation in the public's opinion of her, which is understandable. When you're in the public eye and you're an artist, you in a way default to basing your worth on public reception. In regards to her upcoming record, due August 14th, Katy said she had no expectations for it following Witness, simply citing the record is about resilience and the journey to happiness. And I think that's kind of bittersweet. If the last 2 years have proven anything, Katy's music is touch and go. And it's more than the music, though people don't want to admit it. Poor promotion and marketing tactics aside, Katy was criticized for being politically involved from day one. Then upon the Witness era, they said she was capitalizing on a trend. Her efforts were fake, even though she's always used her voice and continues to. Yet, how many celebrities right now are coming out of the woods to use their voice and are being praised for it after years of silence? Katy was raked over the coals for promising a purposeful era. While this era is purposeful in Katy's transformation, from understanding her own artistic purpose to focusing on music as opposed to charts and sales, Katy was attacked for doing something different, plain and simple. Katy was one of the first female artists to publicly speak out on the last 4 years in politics. She was buried by the general public, and now we have a slew of other celebrities being praised for their advocacy. Don't get me wrong, it's not about who is better at using their voice or who deserves more attention. Activism is not a competition. This is about the selective nature of praising others for being involved while hating others for doing the exact same thing. But nonetheless, through all this backlash, Katy is entering a new era with once more purposeful pop. But this pop isn't purposeful because Katy is discovering how to use her voice to speak on liberation. It's purposeful because Katy is now sharing her journey to self-acceptance and self-love. Witness set the stage for this purposeful pop Katy promised. Though it may have not been clear, it was there. And now, with KP5, that's been continued, whether we, or she, realizes it or not. So I must ask, can I get a witness? A witness to liberate from the worries of not being authentically seen by your partner. A witness to liberate from sexism and show you can break the mold, but be in it and be just as strong. A witness to liberate from the grinding schedule of life and to just let go. A witness to liberate from the bullies and backstabbers. A witness to liberate from the misogynistic oppression of our family. A witness to liberate from your own thoughts that block your progress. A witness to liberate from a lost love you can't let go of. A witness to liberate from conformity and being unaware of the world. A witness to liberate from the stigma around physical intimacy. A witness to liberate from having your body be others' property. A witness to liberate from having your voice silenced for so many years. A witness to liberate from your yearning to spark up an old love. A witness to liberate from those who try to yield your dreams. A witness to liberate from the walls you've built around your heart. A witness to liberate from the struggle of your own addictions. A witness to liberate from those who say you're going nowhere and try to count you out. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell for more future content on all your favorite pop stars.